I'm the fake heiress. The moment the Vance family kicked me out, I spun around and clung to Lucian's thigh. Caldwell, could you keep me? After I rattled off the 5 reasons I was perfect trophy mistress material, his face chilled to sub-zero. He looked down and sneered, Serena, you really won't swallow a single ounce of hardship. I stood in front of him, smile syrup sweet. Come on, Lucian. If I suffer, someone else gets the good life. Before we go further, smash subscribe and drop a comment telling us where you're listening. Clearly, Lucian wasn't interested. He wheeled around and left me squatting alone in the rain outside Caldwell. The day Grace was welcomed back, Adrian shoved me out with a stony face. The Vance family has one daughter. You stole Grace's life for 23 years, time to give it back. I stared, disbelieving. You said you'd always protect me, big brother. Adrian's eyes were ice. He signaled security to slam the gate. The parents who once treasured me let the whole household spit contempt. Fair enough. I'm the fake heiress, the cuckoo in the nest. With the real one home, I couldn't exactly glue myself to the sofa. Adrian froze every bank card and account. He gave me 3 days to vanish from Riverdale. Grace's abandonment trauma flares whenever she sees me. Today is day 3. In all of Riverdale, only Lucian can shield me from Vance's eye. I sit drenched outside Caldwell, letting icy rain slap my face. When hypothermia finally knocks, a pair of polished black Oxfords stops in front of me. Serena, Caldwell will see you. Lucian's decor matches the man, black, white, gray, zero fun. I drip on the threshold, polite enough not to step inside. A flat voice drifts out, don't want to enter, then leave. Mud on my heels. I kick them off, dart barefoot across the marble, and plant myself in front of him, dripping apology. Don't be mad, Lucian. I just didn't want to trash your floor. For some reason his face darkens even more. 5 reasons you'd make a good trophy mistress. I blink. Sorry, what? He grinds his molars. Repeat the 5 reasons you just gave at the gate. Hope explodes in my chest. This sugar daddy is giving the canary an interview. I clasp my hands, feet in perfect ballet tee, and launch my pitch. 1. I served 23 years as Vance's princess. Fake, sure, but my body was raised on caviar and private jets. I'm beautiful, everyone in Riverdale knows, so we'll move on. 2. I can satisfy any whim. 0 field time, maximum theory, thank you, late night smut. If you hate academic technique, Serena herself is at your disposal. I flick a glance over him. Toppling into his arms would be 0 sacrifice. I'm glowing. Remember all those broken gigolos I saved with Vance money? My resume is basically destiny. 3. I'm obedient. Build me a golden cage and I won't flap or flee. The man on the sofa finally lifts an eyelid. 4. I'm allergic to effort. Why suffer when a sugar daddy highway exists? 5. If the allowance is fat enough, I'll even call you daddy. My real parents just disowned me. A new title is only fair. I bow 90 degrees. Lucian, give this fallen, shattered, dust-wallowing girl a chance. Lucian. 2 silent stretches forever. To show sincerity, I stay bent at the waist. Riverdale is vast. Caldwell and Vance own the biggest slices. Under normal circumstances, our orbits never intersect. Unfortunately, I once trash-talked him at a gala. I whispered that he was an old cucumber painted green, trying to look young, and he heard every syllable. That night Lucian wore custom casual, identical to the 19-year-old gigolo pouring my wine, except the kid's was street market while Lucian's was priceless. Awkward X100. Everyone's eyes skewered the boy. Reading his shattered puppy gaze, I hugged him and declared, whoever's older is the fool, old cucumber painted green, poser. Lucian is 2 years older than me, 5 older than the kid. The room went silent for 10 full seconds. Later, glass in hand, Lucian murmured behind me, so the Vance princess only likes fresh meat? Men one day past 20 are trash? Back then I was still untouchable. Now I'm grime on his soul. 3. My spine locks, I can't straighten. Finally he mocks, right, this old cucumber is perfect daddy material. My stomach drops, he remembers. I wave frantic hands, drop to my knees, and hug his thigh. I was mouth garbage, Lucian. Please, adult amnesia. I slap my own cheeks while begging. His brows knot. Up. I shake my head, clutch harder. He hisses, stay there and we're not discussing allowance. I spring up like a toaster. Let's talk numbers, right now, sir. I came for cash, dignity is optional. Monthly or yearly, he asks. I ponder. Daily? Dream on. He looks sick, but I miss the cue. How much per month? I crook 2 fingers. T 20 grand? No clue about market rate, but underpricing moves units. I beam, both sides win. Instead, his face screams disappointment. He spits, does Caldwell look broke? I panic upgrade. 50? He scans me. That barely buys one purse. Tears threaten. Back in Vance Manor I wouldn't glance at a 20 grand bag. I whisper, you're worth billions. A trophy bird can't be cheap, 5 million? Testing the ceiling. Ice cracks in his eyes. Quite the appetite, Vance. I'm done. Name my price, Lucian. He studies me. Feeling commodified? With this psyche you want to be a mistress? How many daddies auditioned before me, did they all bail? Only you, Lucian, swear. Long silence. The butler glides in with a contract. Sign. Effective immediately. I scribble without reading, miss the clause, monthly after-tax allowance, $10 million. New bank card ready, I slide it across. My other accounts are frozen, yesterday's replacement. Lucian ignores it, the butler pockets the plastic. For Lucian races to Caldwell HQ. The estate is a city. I wander 2 hours before choosing my future digs, the storage closet. I'd asked for a maid suite, but staff here rate 3-bed, 2-bath. As Eastbrook's newly acknowledged pig farmer's daughter, the broom closet fits. The butler opens his mouth, then shrugs. 10 p.m., my phone buzzes, Adrian. Gone yet? I hang up, snap the SIM. Tomorrow I'll buy another. A car door thuds in the courtyard, Lucian's Maybach. I wriggle into my rain-soaked now dry clothes and trot down. Welcome home, Caldwell. The maid claims his jacket, I'm left chirping. He flicks a glance. I paid for a mistress, not a Walmart greeter. My eye twitches. Rude much? Yeah, I'm broke, but I still own a sliver of pride. I trail him. Sorry, sir. Deduct it from my wages. He sips water. Already negotiating labor rights? Busted. I stick out my tongue. Wages equals dignified employee, not pure toy. Tiny psychological win. Lucian issues no nightly schedule, but every trashy novel says the bird must warm the bed. 5 The shower's running, he's inside. Clearly prep time for devouring the canary. I eye his discarded dress shirt, wrestle off my ugly rags, and slip into the crisp cotton, third button casually revealing collarbone. Perfect heroine cosplay. I slither into his bedroom, burrow under the duvet, and preheat the sheets. Look at me, model employee. I lie grinning like the Nike swoosh. I deserve every penny. Lucian emerges, hair dripping, towel riding low. Dim lamplight licks every sculpted groove. I drool on the comforter. I fling the covers back. He startles, eyes narrowing. Planning to service me or bury me? I pour myself into his arms, cop strategic feels. All those tragic gigolo abs were microwave dinners compared to this steak. You're gourmet, I blurt. He freezes. Hungry? I pout. May I eat you, Lucian? He shoves me off. That's an a la carte charge. But it's still your money, I whine. Realization dawns, he's both buyer and product. Flustered, he barks, out. I'm sleeping. He shoved me to the door. I refused to give up. Caldwell, sleep with me. You sleep like garbage without me. This time, though, the only answer was the wind that slammed in my face. 6 Utterly defeated, I trudged back to the storage room and replayed the night frame by frame. The more I thought, the less it felt right. Back when I still believed I'd conquered every cute boy in Riverdale, I never struck out once. Now I see those pretty gigolos only pandered to the Vance name and my credit card limit. When I opened my eyes the next morning, the first thing I saw was a scowling man. Lucian's tone was icy. I don't like women who bunk in storage. I'm docking your fee. I bounced out of bed. Caldwell, tell me which room you prefer, I'll crash on the roof if you say so. Point me east and I'll never drift west. Behind him, the estate butler shot me a look of pure despair. He murmured, Caldwell's a workaholic, he sleeps in the study most nights. A light bulb went off. Perfect, I'll take the little bedroom next to the study. Boss, let's talk this out, just don't find me. Hands pressed together, I gave him my most sincere puppy eyes. He snorted, said nothing, and headed downstairs. I silently recited the 180 pickup lines I'd googled the night before, but the only thing waiting was the red glow of Lucian's Maybach disappearing down the drive. Forget it. Today I had real business. Frank, my biological father, was in Riverdale to ferry me back to the sticks. The Caldwell sits deep in the money belt, Riverdale station is miles away. With only $70 on me, I walked the first 10 kilometers, flagged a $30 cab for the rest, and reserved the final 30 to treat Dad to cup noodles. At the exit, Frank waved anxiously, overwhelmed by the first tear glitter. You. Call me Serena. We were strangers. He nodded slowly. I relieved him of the army duffel and the snakeskin sack stuffed with cured pork and rock-hard flatbread. He pulled out a slab. Train food's a rip-off. Try this, it's good. I said nothing, just led him to an empty bench in the plaza. Cup noodles hit the spot, one for him, one for me, no chatter, just the silence of tea. Well, hungry people. He'd told the truth, the cured pork was incredible. Seeing me devour it, he slipped a plastic bag over his hand and tore off chunk after chunk. 30 years of butchering, I only cure the prime cuts. Pride lit his weather-beaten face. Shame Grace never liked it. Grace. Me. Him. 7 back then. Adrian's parents had gone to Eastbrook on a poverty relief stint. Water and altitude didn't agree with the pregnant Vance, she delivered early. A flash flood trapped them in the village, forcing a clinic birth. That same night Frank's wife, my birth mother, was giving birth in the same room. Grace and I drew first breath within minutes of each other. Village elders prayed for boys. Frank's mother was no exception. The crone loathed getting a granddaughter and hatched a midnight switch. Adrian, age 5, gawked at newborn Grace and babbled brother. The hag took the cue, swapped the bassinets, and crept out. She never imagined Grace was also a girl. Adrian's brother came from wishful thinking. He'd wanted a brother, got a sister, so kept chanting the word like a spell. The Vances reeked of money. Too late to undo the deed, the hag stuffed her guilt into a mental coffin. On her deathbed, fear of hell finally cracked her. She called Grace, spilled every detail. I wiped noodle broth from my lips. You didn't know. Grace and I were bundles of cloth, nobody's fault except that old witch's. If I ever go back, I'll dig up her grave and sunbleach the bones. Frank flinched. So, you're not coming home this time? I nodded. I signed on as some rich guy's trophy mistress. Don't worry. Once I bank enough, I'll come back and settle the score. He opened his mouth, closed it, unsure whether lecturing me was his place. I made 30 grand slaughtering this year. Take it, call if you need more. I pushed the envelope away. Keep it. Money comes easier to me than to you. Frank. He knew, Xeris's don't follow pig butcher dads into the hills. 8 after I waved him to the return train, I hiked to Riverside. Back in my club promoter days I'd fished plenty of drowning gigolos out of the gutter. Shane was one of them. He jogged over, sweet-voiced. Hey, sis. I ruffled his hair. Sis needs a favor. Lucian found me inhaling $8 egg fried rice from a sidewalk walk. The auntie had sold me hard, gorgeous, one bite? Who can refuse? Being a professional trophy mistress, I wiped a stool with a tissue and invited him to sit. Honestly, the man scowls every time we meet. I have no idea what part of me offends him. Serena, I thought you'd quit the cage to help your birth dad wrestle hogs. Mouthful of rice, I shrugged. Still on the to-do list, but I plan to milk you first. He stayed silent, watched me clean the plate, then handed me a napkin and his phone. The trending page was a fireworks show, my name plastered across every headline. Vance heiress faked, Serena to the curb. Ex-princess reduced to street-side carbs. Serena, down and out, share 1 cup noodle with biological dad. Recognition hit. Go, now. I've had paps on my tail all day, they'll get your face. I scanned the street like a sniper. He didn't budge. I yanked off my jacket and slung it over his head. Hide, quick. Lucian peeled the coat away, stone-faced. Am I that embarrassing? Me? Then why didn't you cover the college boy's face when you were stroking his hair outside the campus? Me? Which rabid paparazzi caught that? Sure enough, another hot tag, disgraced fake heiress still craves freshman meat, spotted petting blonde hunk Shane. I'm toast. Lucian is my paycheck. Nothing happened with Shane, but try explaining that to an icy CEO who owns your contract. 9 I plastered on my most ingratiating smile. He shoved me aside. Finished? I glanced at the empty plate. Lost my appetite, unless we're talking about you. His eyes were black ice. Serena, last I checked I'm the stale tofu. True. Everyone in Riverdale knows Serena likes her bean curd silky soft. Suddenly a black Cullinan disgorged a couple across the street, Adrian and Grace. The girl no longer cringed, haute couture and a 5-figure handbag had flushed her cheeks peach pretty. Adrian's fingers laced through hers, those same fingers that once held mine. Serena, didn't I tell you to vanish from Riverdale? Grace tugged his sleeve. Brother, don't be mean. Lucian tugged me against him. Vance, Serena's zip code is none of your business. I pecked his cheek on cue. Exactly. I'm legally severed from the Vance family, Adrian's jurisdiction expired. The kiss was impulsive, pink crawled over Lucian's earlobes. Adrian lost it. Have you no shame? Spreading your legs for a bankroll? Honor, decency, did the family teach you nothing? Me. With the sibling filter shattered, I realized he's half unhinged. Please, Adrian, go carve your moral high horse out of stone and sit on it yourself. Dignity? What's the exchange rate? Strip you of the Vance name and you'd be worse, at least I have the guts to sell what I choose. He sputtered, eyes wide, as though meeting me for the first time. You've changed. Sure I have. Once upon a tiara I spoke in pearls and smiles, now I cuss if I feel like it. News flash, ex-big brother, my DNA says hog slaughter, so pardon the vulgarity. Serena, Grace stepped between us. That's enough. Climbing into a man's bed, have you no self-respect? I arched a brow. Define respect. Mind your own lane, saints. Adrian's voice cracked, softer now. Ran, give mom and dad time. Go back to Eastbrook first, I'll find a way to bring you home. Grace's tears spilled. And me? What happens to me? He steadied himself. You're the real Vance princess, Serena would only visit. She sobbed until her body convulsed. Adrian, hospital, now. I shouted. The family chauffeur vaulted the curb, Adrian scooped Grace into the car. My pulse jackhammered. Grace is innocent, but so am I. Her longing for family scorched me like live coals. As long as I exist, she'll fay. Ella Thorne in her perfect garden. 10 inside Lucian's black Maybach I reinflated my role. Caldwell, sorry for the circus. I'll scrub every inch tonight, use me as you please. He shot me a sideways look. You bounce fast. I laughed. If life kicks me down, I pop back up, just a cockroach in stilettos. For 23 years Grace herded pigs while I sipped champagne and stroked model abs. Fair trade, right? Caldwell. Lucian told me to rest and disappeared into the study. I detoured to the kitchen garden and cornered Lihua, the housekeeper. Lihua, can I borrow the white uniform you wore this morning? She looked panicked. Serena, Caldwell had the staff stock you a brand new walk-in closet, inside your suite. So that's where he'd been. I shook my head. I need yours. Alright, the steward handed me a fresh set anyway, I'll bring it up. When I finally entered my room, I found the promised closet, a boutique the size of a tennis court crammed with every label I'd worn as a Vance heir, all currencies and haute couture, matching bags included. I felt nothing. Still, props to Caldwell Logistics, they'd profiled my old life down to the millimeter. Rustling sounded from the study. Perfect timing. I slipped into Lihua's spare uniform, tiptoed into Lucian's bedroom, and slid under the quilt before he finished his shower. Contract signed, yet the man won't bite. I'm living on borrowed time, if he reneges, my rescue fund evaporates. Tonight he'd learned caution, he emerged in a terry robe. No abs. I pouted. Doctor's orders, insomnia improves when draped over 8-pack topography. His eyelid twitched, but the rest of his face stayed marble calm. Ding 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 ding. Perfect, same time, same place, and here I am, fascinating as ever. I yanked the duvet off, twirled, and gave Lucian the full 360 degrees view of my new outfit. His eyes went midnight dark. I fiddled my index fingers together. Lucian, you don't like it? Do I have to take up welding for you to finally see sparks fly? Lucian's molars snapped together. Serena. I dove into his chest. Ugh, I'm burning up, doctor says only kisses cure this heat toxin. I puckered like a donkey hunting carrots, aiming for his mouth. He locked my arms behind me and pinched my lips shut. Lou, go. His voice scraped low. Serena, I'm not into women who throw themselves at me. TCH, picky bastard. I flooded my eyes with shy moonlight. Then tell me, Caldwell, whatever you like, Serena will copy. Lucian's thumb brushed my mouth. I tilted an ear. Hardworking women. Me. 5 minutes later, in a crisp white pantsuit, I stared across the study at Lily, the housekeeper. Lucian had banished me to alphabetize his library. Lily's jaw dropped, she surrendered her duster like I was an alien. Meanwhile the man sat stone-faced on a video call. I huffed and puffed, swiping dust off leather spines. Call ends, I've polished 1/3 of a shelf. Still zero eye contact. I spun, teeth grinding. Lucian, do you have any idea what this outfit was supposed to signal? He lifted an eyebrow. Enlighten me, Vance. Well, it's... Words stuck. Seeing the cat who ate the canary smirk, I realized I'd been played. He pressed. It's what? A trophy mistress needs self-awareness. I bit the bullet. It means I adore being Caldwell's maid. You bought me, so you can cross one housekeeper off payroll. What else did you think it meant, Caldwell? Take that, smartass. Lucian, shut up. All right. 11. I'm not built for chores. 10 minutes later I'd stacked 3 books into a pillow and crashed. Can't deny it, Lucian's skin, his bed, his study, anywhere he breathes carries a scent that knocks me out faster than any niche perfume. Half asleep, I felt a hot palm. No more scrubbing, exhausted. A soft laugh, fine, sleep. No more chores. I clawed back sanity. Don't dock my pay. I was airborne, he'd scooped me up. Greedy little imp, your money's safe. I grinned, burrowed into him, hand roaming. Under the white shirt. His skin scalded. Rock hard. Referring, of course, to the abs. Lucian let me grope, figured I was sleep drunk. I was, drunk on body. Don't make me sleep in the guest room, nightmares. His stride paused. Okay. My room. Victory. Tonight I'd conquer Lucian, but my eyelids declared civil war and I blacked out. Too tired. Ever since Grace came home I've been insomnia's chew toy. I don't mourn the title, I mourn the parents who once adored me and now watch me like a thief. And the brother who spoiled me rotten, why did he turn cruel? Lucian, you think I'm pathetic, don't you? That's why you keep me, to watch the stray dance for treats. Dream or awake, I dump the poison. So what if I'm the fake daughter? A fake still has to survive. Lucian kissed me. Fierce. I tilted back to take it. His hand cradled my head. Serena, stop performing, just be. Tears soaked my lashes. Before the dark swallowed me I mumbled, tonight costs extra. Lucian. 12 morning, WhatsApp from Shane. Sis, they all said yes. Ready to roll. Just need the cash. I exhaled, then panicked. Cash. Just cash. In the dining room Lucian watched Bloomberg, chewing toast with imperial calm. I slid into the chair beside him. So, about last night, satisfied? His brow arched, the tip of his ear went pink. Acceptable. I stuck my tongue out. Then, could I maybe get an advance? The butler's stare could curdle milk. Lucian's knife paused midair. Planning to run with the money, Serena? I shook my head so hard my brain sloshed. Never. I'm a professional trophy mistress. He skewered me with a glacier glare. I raised 3 fingers. If I flee, may I wake up ugly tomorrow. Lucian, wherever you hide, I'll drag you back. Butler, why are the funds? I bounced, squealing. Mwah. Lucian, you're gorgeous, I love you. Maybe too loud, he pinched my chin. Rich antique or broke toy boy, pick. Huh? Then I clocked it, lately he's lived in sweats, not boardroom suits. I rested my cheek on his thigh, earnest. I apologize for Callie. You old. You're Riverdale's youngest, most ruthless titan, my mistake. WeChat ping, bank alert, incoming transfer, $10 million from Lucian. Arg. Lucian, daddy. You're my real dad. I clutched his face, smacking kisses everywhere. He took the barrage in silence. Slept with a hot, loaded benefactor. Serena scored big. Some people are born allergic to hardship, i.e., me. Lucian cleared his throat. Behave and, who knows, bonuses follow. I bit his cheek. Sugar daddy, unleash my potential, I'm an ocean of untapped greed. Finally fed up, he shrugged into his jacket. Trip out of town. Be good. I kneeled, knees inward like an anime kid. Need remote service? Video call, any time zone. He stormed off, face black as ink. 13 Shane's a senior, classes all day, so I meet him after dusk. Sis, this storefront work? Prime Mall corner, foot traffic insane, rent brutal. I slid him the bank card. 10 million inside. Your CFO. Leo pouted, see? Favorite child, Shane. Colin nodded, total favoritism. I soothed, we're family, equal shares. Leo, Colin, Shane, former hustlers I'd bankrolled. Smart, broken, unstoppable. Shane, finance major, Leo, e-commerce, Colin, investment science. We're opening a couple's apparel boutique. Yep, loud and proud, just not the PG kind. Shane frowned, this cash. I swept dust into a pan. I'm Lucian's mistress, he wires 10 million monthly. Silence. They copied me, brooms, mops, wordless. Inventory meeting felt like telepathy. Demand for naughty couple gear is huge and repeat. As long as fabric and cuts pass muster, we'll drown in orders. We bought male styles too, modern guys spend harder than girls. All work days, nights I service Lucian. Online shift dibs? Shane, I'll code the site if you handle days. Colin, operations mine. We booked models that afternoon, mostly girls. Leo co-modeled men's line, saving cash. 2 weeks, no Lucian. Adrian found me restocking shelves. Serena, you're really planting roots in Riverdale? No Grace in tow, so I fired both barrels. Vance, we're strangers. My zip code's none of your business. He snapped, I told you, stay with Frank till I convince mom and dad, then you come home. I laughed, brittle. Home to what? Grace is the real daughter. You want me living on Vance charity forever? Adrian, I'm a person, not a keepsake. Once I asked to open a boutique, remember their faces? Vance motto, a proper daughter doesn't peddle smut. Look around, I opened it anyway. No one owns me now. Back then I called you brother, Serena. He lunged, crushing me. Serena, don't say brother. I froze. Adrian, you sick, blood turned to ice. Adrian, you're insane. I clubbed his cheek, he didn't flinch. The day we learned you weren't my sister I laughed on my knees, he rasped. My filthy hope saw daylight, and died the same second. When I snarled leave Riverdale, I thought exile would save me. But I'd rather you were blood, locked safe, than this. My arms hung dead. Tiffany once whispered, your brother acts like he can't breathe without you. True, hand-holding, spoon-feeding, bedtime vigils every storm. I broke, sobbing. To me you're still my brother, only that. The door chimed, Lucian in a charcoal trench, that scent of safety rolling in like fog. Adrian, you bastard. Lucian struck first, Adrian hit the tiles. Then it was fists and fury. I stumbled out, flagged a cab. Driver, Backwoods Park. Empty, quiet, my old hiding place. 14 night had fallen when Lucian found me. Mascara warzone, eyes marshmallow puffy. If the money man sees the goods damaged, he might return them. I bolted, sprinting circles so he couldn't glimpse my face. No emotion in his voice. Serena, keep running and I dock every cent. I slammed the brakes. Lands of Ba and Chew, so forlorn, my sugar daddy's cash feels just as withdrawn. Lucian, just stay there, your little trophy mistress can come to you. The boutique had only just started to pick up. Take out the cost of goods and the rent, and the 10 million barely stretched to next month. There was blood on the man's lip, my own voice came out hoarse. My brother. Adrian? Lucian sneered. Relax. I called him an ambulance. You killed him? He pinched my nose between 2 fingers. He got off light. He took me to Riverview for dinner. I used to be a regular. Lucian threatened that today's fight had cost him strength and he needed something nourishing, so the bill was on me. I ordered the cheapest seasonal veggie plate and claimed I was on a diet. My wallet was the real diet. A tycoon like Lucian couldn't taste my embarrassment. He closed the menu. Serve every dish Vance used to order. The waitress knew me. Of course, Caldwell, Vance, one moment. I shot her a silent death glare while stroking the bank card in my purse. The plastic felt colder the longer I fondled it. The familiar aroma made me swallow again and again. In all of Riverdale, Riverview's kitchen is my absolute favorite. Adrian once teased, why not just hire their chef for the Vance mansion? I'd refused on the spot, delicious food has to be shared. Thinking of Adrian, whatever. First things first, eat. I attacked the table, Lucian merely swirled his wineglass. Lucian, if you're not eating, why order so much? I mumbled, cheeks bulging. Something unreadable flickered in his eyes. Suddenly lost my appetite. You finish it. I didn't need a second invitation. When the plates were clean, I sweated over whether my balance could cover it, until he simply laced his fingers through mine and led me to the car. I blinked. Lucian, dine and dash? He snorted. My place. Who's going to stop me? Oh, wait, what? After all those visits I'd had zero idea Riverview belongs to Caldwell. His face chilled. You never noticed because you didn't want to. When did the Vance princess ever fail to find something she wanted to know? For some reason he sounded almost hurt. Back home I unpacked the newest samples from the shop. Lucian had been gone half a month, so I'd earned a full month's pay for 2 weeks' work. The guilt kept me awake. Tonight I would perform. He no longer blinked when I crawled into his bed. Tonight he'd walked out of the shower shirtless, towel low on his hips. Any healthy man would after 2 celibate weeks, right? I cocooned myself in the duvet, head and one arm free. Lucian stood obediently while I petted the bricks of his abs. Weird. The texture felt different. His brow lifted. What? Your abs, firmer? Have you been secretly training? He looked away. My business. Stay out of it. Fine by me. After a while he asked, Serena, does touching them make you happy? I grinned. Dopamine rush, pure joy. I swear he exhaled in relief. If only he'd let me do this every night. I leaned in. Lucian, haven't seen me in 15 days, did you miss me? He stared, mute as a plank. I rose and kissed him. Lesson 1, when a woman asks, you lie. And lips are soft, stop clenching them. He pinned me down, hot breath fanned my ear. Long seconds ticked before I heard it. I missed you. Heartbeat, thunder. Damn, his voice, nearly drowned me. Okay, moment of truth. The trophy mistress caught feelings, career suicide. His voice dropped further. What about you? Are you kidding? He's my paycheck, how could I say no? Lucian, I think about you every single day. He sealed it with a kiss. Half a month in the desert, he was parched. While he devoured me, my hands deserted the abs and roamed lower. He trapped my wrist. Serena, what are you planning? I flashed my most mysterious smile and yanked the quilt off myself. Tada, baby. Surprise. Like it? Lucian's eyes narrowed, one hand circled my throat. His shadow swallowed the lamplight while I studied his face. Planning to test every new sample on me? I knew I was busted. Well, the team can't decide, and you're Riverdale's most wanted bachelor. If you approve, it'll sell out. His palm branded my waist. Their trophy, huh? And what am I to you? I chuckled awkwardly. I'm not even in the running. He didn't bother with war. DS. In front of the picture window skyline he made me scream, round after round. Point taken, Lucian. You do know your stuff. He paused, teeth clenched. Still not enough, Serena. Enough, more than enough. 15 after that night in the sample piece, I had Shane bulk order it and christened the design CEO aphrodisiac. The moment it hit the site, big buyers flooded in, yet most just parked it in carts. I panicked and bold-faced the product page, CEO aphrodisiac, buy it, 0 regrets. One curious shopper commented, you say it's CEO aphrodisiac, name the CEO. Furious, I typed, Lucian. By the time I deleted it, screenshots had already rocketed to the top trending hashtag. Everyone at Caldwell demanding a cease and desist. My cheeks burned. Shane sighed, sis, can you curb the impulse? Back when I was still a Vance, I'd shoved a $5 million check at him to quit the gigolo trade. Minutes later, the internet doxed me as the shop's real owner. Threads roasted me, ex-Vance heiress peddling smut, dragging the Vance name through mud, she's hallucinating Lucian for clout. Noah, hunched over laptops, purged comments and lectured, that temper won't vanish overnight. Colin handed me water. Chill, sales are solid, we can appeal the trolls. I wasn't scared for the shop, I was scared for Lucian. He's a dream patron, deep pockets, hands off, generous. Now he'd be a laughingstock because of me. I opened WhatsApp, drafted an apology, deleted it. Serena, check Weibo. Shane yelled. Lucian had posted a product review on a brand new verified account. Lucian's test report on Serena's boutique drop. 1. Length perfect, visual legs for days. 2. Waist cut amplifies every curve. 3. Fabric feels great, 0 write-up. 4. Details, butterfly knot, crisscross back, add spice. Conclusion, couples pieces are personal, choose what lights you up. 3 million likes in 3 minutes. The hashtag Lucian Serena official exploded. He even replied, so this is your joint road test? Lucian, correct. Dash, rate the experience. Lucian, 10/10. Dash, how does Serena look? Lucian, perfect. Dash, define your relationship. Lucian, I love her. Shop orders pinged like hail. 2 hours later Caldwell's official account posted, move along, how could we sue our CEO's wife? When the storm calmed, Vance rang. Ran, are you with Lucian? I stayed silent. Your brother. He's not my brother. She sighed. He knelt 2 days straight, begging us to bring you home, swearing he'll marry you. To the world you were my daughter, fate played a cruel joke. If we let him have his way it would ruin Vance, ruin both your lives. The future head of Vance in love with the sister he grew up with, tabloid gold. Even if the blood tie is gone, the city remembers me as the Vance princess. I hung up without a word. From now on we're strangers, the farther I stay from Vance, the safer they are. 16 Lucian came himself, at the wheel of the Maybach. I dawdled inside until Shane packed my bag and shoved me out. The car smelled like him. We said nothing until the last traffic light before Caldwell. Lucian, will being your girlfriend come with a raise? He twitched. Serena. I stared at my lap. You're gorgeous and great in bed, but a kept woman earns 10 million a month. If I'm your girlfriend, that fee evaporates. He exhaled. Short-term profit versus long-term investment, you can't read a spreadsheet? Explain. Concubine, quick cash. Girlfriend, every share, every property, All of Caldwell is yours. I gaped. So I'm rich again? He laced our fingers. Serena, you were always a princess. Tears threatened, I kept it light. Then I'll make tonight worth it. He didn't flinch, he knew me. When did you start liking me? His grip tightened. When I was 17. That made me 15. Pervert. He pulled me close. Guilty. Now you know why I wanted to murder Adrian. I only wanted your money. His hand stroked my hair. And now? I blushed. Well, your body too. He held me tighter. That's enough, I won't ask F. Or more.